Okay, it says live streaming is on. Great. So I'll do the invocation.
Okay.
Okay. I call upon the stars, the star beings, and the insights they bring. I call upon the earth, its healing powers, and the inner plane guides. I call upon the north and the winds that breathe life, the east and the light of knowledge, the south and the soils of sustenance, the west and the water that mixes it all together, and the one infinite creator that encompasses all and pervades all. May all come together, helping we with you, and our thoughts, feelings, words, and actions be the best for all creation. So now we will do 10-minute breathing, and I will count my breaths up to 10, and then we will just do independent. Okay.
Okay.
So 1, inhale. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale. 3, inhale. Exhale. 4, inhale. Exhale. 5, inhale. Exhale. 6, inhale. Exhale. 7, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Then inhale. Exhale. Then inhale. Now just continue counting down. You just need to relocate outside. We're being still and knowing God. right. Great. So I hope that was relaxing.
Mhm. Yes, thank you.
Great. So now we will do the a loving kindness component
Okay.
of the meditation. So may I forgive myself.
May I forgive myself.
May I have wholeness.
May I have wholeness.
May I have health.
I have health.
May I have wealth.
May I have wealth.
May I have community.
May I have community.
May I have liberty.
May I have liberty.
May I have purpose.
May I have purpose.
May I have unconditional love.
May I have unconditional love.
May I have fundamental well-being.
May I have fundamental well-being.
And may I have gratitude.
I have gratitude.
All right, so now we're going to pick someone that is close to us. Maybe someone that's having a hard time or something. And so that we can send them some loving kindness. All right. So may I forgive Samantha.
May I forgive Aiden.
May Samantha forgive herself.
May Aiden forgive himself.
May Samantha have wholeness.
May Aiden have wholeness.
May Samantha have health.
Aiden have health.
May Samantha have wealth.
May Aiden have wealth.
May Samantha have community.
May Aiden have community.
May Samantha have liberty.
May Aiden have liberty.
May Samantha have purpose.
Aiden have purpose.
May Samantha have unconditional love.
May Aiden have unconditional love.
May Samantha have fundamental well-being.
May Aiden have fundamental well-being.
And may Samantha have gratitude.
Aiden have gratitude.
Great. So now we'll pick a neutral person. This time, maybe a neighbor or someone that we don't feel positive or negative towards. Maybe a cashier.
Okay.
Right. May I forgive Rob?
May I forgive. So, can I just say neutral person or
Yeah,
does
you
it
could
have to
say neutral.
pick?
You, if you don't know their name, that's fine.
Okay.
As long as you can think of someone like a discrete individual.
Okay, hang on one sec. Let me think. Neutral.
Okay, sure, no problem. I just picked my neighbor. Okay,
Okay, I've got someone.
great.
Okay. So, I don't know his name.
Okay,
Um,
all right.
may neutral person.
May I forgive? May I forgive the neutral person?
May I forgive this neutral person?
Good. May Rob forgive himself?
May this neutral person forgive himself?
May Rob have wholeness?
May this neutral person have wholeness.
May Rob have health?
May this man have health.
May Rob have wealth?
May this man have wealth.
May Rob have community?
May this man have community.
May Rob have liberty?
May this man have liberty.
May Rob have unconditional love?
May Rob have unconditional love.
May Rob have fundamental well-being?
May this man have fundamental well-being.
And may Rob have gratitude?
May this man have gratitude.
Great. So now we can pick a fun one, the complicated person.
Right.
I don't know who you would like to do today.
Um, we pick the same person, yeah.
Well, we can because if we pick a complicated enough person, we both have complicated feelings. Then yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. I know Doug Ford has been in the news recently, but
Oh yeah. All
yeah,
right, sure. Let's do him.
Doug
He's a
Ford.
doozy.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. May I forgive Doug Ford?
Hmm. May I forgive Doug Ford?
May Doug Ford forgive himself?
May Doug Ford forgive himself?
I guess he'd have to admit he's done wrong first, but yeah, okay. May Doug Ford have wholeness?
May Doug Ford have wholeness?
May Doug Ford have health?
May Doug Ford have health?
May Doug Ford have wealth?
May Doug Ford have wealth?
May Doug Ford feel satisfied.
May Doug Ford feel satisfied.
May Doug Ford have community.
May Doug Ford have community.
May Doug Ford have liberty.
May Doug Ford have liberty.
May Doug Ford have unconditional love.
May Doug Ford have unconditional love.
May Doug Ford have purpose.
May Doug Ford have purpose.
May Doug Ford have fundamental well-being.
May Doug Ford have fundamental well-being.
And may Doug Ford have gratitude.
May Doug Ford have gratitude.
Great. So now it's the last stage, which is for all beings. May I forgive all beings.
May I forgive all beings.
May all beings forgive themselves.
All beings forgive themselves.
May all beings have wholeness.
Beings have wholeness.
May all beings have health.
All beings have health.
May all beings have wealth.
All beings have wealth.
May all beings have community.
All beings have community.
May all beings have liberty.
All beings have liberty.
May all beings have purpose.
All beings have purpose.
May all beings have unconditional love.
All beings have unconditional love.
May all beings have fundamental well-being.
All beings have fundamental well-being.
May all beings have gratitude.
All beings have gratitude.
All right, great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yep. And so I think the reading for today, it was in the email. I will just grab it.
Okay.
And this phone is a little bit slow. It's also a little windy outside right now.
Yeah, we're supposed to get snow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. There was a mason jar on the railing, and when I brought it inside there was ice in it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, I got a heater in my greenhouse, so my greenhouse stayed all right.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. I just ordered a greenhouse.
Oh, okay, cool. What
Yeah.
size?
12 by 24.
Wow, that is sizable.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
figured it's gonna cost
Yeah.
me about 2 grand, a little bit more than 2 grand, but I
Mhm.
think it'll be money well spent.
So is it the frame or do they also have the glazing?
So no, it's not glazing, it's the double layer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a caterpillar. Um, but they did
Well,
call it a greenhouse, so it's a little
yeah.
bit different. Like it has the frame.
Hmm.
To be honest, when it looks like a caterpillar, it's just slightly different shape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I think that in greenhouse rhetoric or whatever, the the clear portion is
Yeah.
called glazing.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah.
Yeah. And so if it's double glazed, that means there's two
Right,
panes or whatever,
right.
and then single glaze is just one. And in our te- eco region or whatever, you need to have two because it
Yeah.
gets cold in the winter. And I was reading that if you have single glaze, then it's too hot in the summer and it's too cold in the winter.
Yeah.
So you need to have the two.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I got the text here.
It also comes with an
Mhm.
exhaust fan and it comes with a little
Wow.
key. Yeah, so I thought it was pretty. I have to
Yeah.
create a foundation for it, but that shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah. I heard that basically like the for the foundation you just want like the corner posts and
Yeah,
underneath you just want regular soil so that it can easily drain.
that makes sense, right?
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
don't want like a whole concrete slab. That's it's
No.
too much maintenance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have to anchor it down.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it's are is it made of wood or is it metal or
Metal.
the frame? The frame? Okay, yeah, yeah. So then you can have a concrete posts foundation. So they have to be you could use a post digger and it needs to be 4 feet deep so that
Yeah.
it'll stay steady.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It depends on how sturdy you need it.
Yeah.
If it's 4 feet deep, then you could build a house on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. So here's the quote: "Those who possess love, that perfection of the commandments, become the dwelling place of the Trinity, and can see within their heart the vision of God. Blessed is that heart that has deserved to see this sight. Blessed is the heart that has become the home of love, and in which the Godhead can come to dwell. Such a person, even in this present age, is living in the kingdom of heaven." By Sedona the Syrian. Yep.
Mm.
So I don't know if you want to. I don't know if you have any reflections on that before I comment.
Um, no, I'm just moving into the field that everything is God, and that's what I'm
Hmm.
trying to. Even this, um, everything without exception is God. So
Yeah,
yeah, this
we're
uncle.
all one being.
Yeah. So that's the only thing that kind of came up for me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's
Yeah,
not always easy to
yeah,
see it.
yeah. It's also like so this love, um, and then seeing the God in all that is,
Mm,
then we see God in that which is around us and within us. And so, and since God is most merciful and most compassionate, we are all kind of a derivative or like of the original thought. The original thought is God. And then the closer we are to that original thought, that most merciful, most compassionate thought, then the closer we are to God. and so we can feel kind of more of God through us, emanating through us, through
Mm,
that forgiveness and compassion.
yeah.
And yeah, so that's a little bit of my takeaway. And another thing I wanted to mention is that often it's translated as the kingdom of God.
Mm,
But in the original, at least in the Young's literal translation, it is translated as the reign of God,
mm,
which I feel is more accurate in
mm,
terms of. So when we're dwelling in the kingdom of God, like when I think of kingdom, I think of as kind of like a place, you know, but
mhm,
within the reign of God, I see it more as kind of this love and light that's just imbued and kind of emanating from us. You know how all of the early um, paintings of Jesus and the saints, they all have these halos,
mhm, mhm, mhm,
and it's that's the reign of God, kind of emanating from their aura. It's just so bright.
mm,
For instance, Macarius of Egypt, he was also known as the lamp of the desert because they say that at night his you could see his face glowing
mm,
because he was just so I guess divine because he had so much love.
mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah.
Nothing in his way. No
Yeah.
veil.
Right. Right. Well. You know, we all have some, but
It's his body
it's
is a veil in itself.
yeah, yeah.
The
I,
skin veil.
I yeah, exactly. Yeah, but for certainly as we get closer to God, the veil can be lifted, you know, because the veil is there kind of for us to make this choice of whether we're going the service to others or the service to self path. And then in all this confusion without remembering our true selves as a part of God, then we make that decision from that place of darkness. And then because God wants us to choose for ourselves, He doesn't want people who don't want to be there in the age of peace. And what's fortunate is that how this is kind of designed is that everyone that is alive now um, is the cream of the crop, the top 2% of people who were had a likelihood of graduating,
Mm,
because basically of the souls that are on Earth, only about 2% are incarnate. So
only
so
2%.
2%. Yeah. So you could imagine there's you're ahead of a lot of people for this opportunity
Mm,
to be on Earth right now.
mm,
And I also know that there's many people here from other planets helping out as well.
mhm,
So there's about 2.5, somewhere between 2 and 3 billion people that are here from other planets in the galaxy, mostly, but
mm.
also from other galaxies to help with our ascension.
2 billion.
Yeah. So like that's like 1 in 3.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think I've met some.
Yeah.
And they're
You,
aware of who they are, obviously. They
well, the majority are not aware.
oh, they're not aware. Oh,
The
okay.
majority, like a fraction of them are aware. So I don't know what fraction exactly. Um, like I think the main feeling that like 60% of them have at least the feeling that they don't belong in on Earth. That they know they have this gut feeling deep within them that they came from a better place, um, and they want things to be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so and then like I don't know what the percentage is. I'm just kind of pulling numbers out of a hat here, but maybe like 5 to 10% are aware of who they are.
Okay.
And then maybe like a smaller fraction of that have a completely lifted veil and can channel their higher self
And
from the
that's,
other worlds.
yeah. And I'm still this present too. That's still all God. Like that's still all
Yeah,
of it.
yeah, because like each of us, like our bodies at least, are just a piece of dust on a planet in a vast cosmos within one infinite creation.
Yeah.
And God provides us many planets to peruse,
Yes.
you know. And right now, the planet we're on is Earth, or we call it Earth, but lots of planets are called Earth, right?
Yeah.
For terrestrial hominids, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you mean by only 2% are incarnate? What does that what do you mean by that? I'm not sure I understand.
So, you have the potential to access like 10 or more spirit guides.
Oh, okay. Okay. So,
So
okay.
so for every one incarnate person, there's multiple disincarnate people or souls that are helping them
I see.
if
Okay.
they allow it. But if like for the people that are asleep and don't want help, then they kind of do what they can without infringing on their free will.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
So,
familiar with 4.
you're familiar with 4 of your spirit guides?
I'm told I have more, but I haven't been able to connect with any other than the 4.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's already good. I have like a one primary one, and then like several secondary ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, what are your 4? Do they have different?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you tell me.
So they're always situated in the same when I sense them, they're always in the same place, which is really strange. And I've asked about that.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer I got was kind of convoluted. I didn't quite understand. And then I've just given up worrying about it and just. So Seraphine, she sits to my left. She's
Mm-hmm.
always very close to me. Well, they're actually always very close to me. And then
Mm-hmm.
Tomas is behind me. He has huge, massive wings. He's huge,
Mm-hmm.
massive. And he's
Mm-hmm.
typically has his hands on my shoulders. It's
Mm-hmm.
like it's like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Wrath, which I know is a really strange name.
Mm-hmm.
He's on my right, and he's typically cloaked, and he's older, and he's very quiet and solemn.
Mm-hmm.
Seraphine is young, long, dark, beautiful woman, very very beautiful, very joyful, always smiling, just full of love.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have AJ in the front, and he's taken many, many different forms, and I believe it's Yeshua.
Okay.
And at first, he came in as like a sprite, this sprite, and then
Mm-hmm.
he's morphed, and he typically comes out of my heart.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I believe it's Yeshua. Someone confirmed that, but it doesn't matter. But
Yeah. Well, we're all emanations of God. So,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. But maybe it's a more pure emanation.
Oh, I think we have a fellow joiner here. Oh no.
No, I think it's just the two of us.
Okay. Did you see that someone joined?
No, I didn't see it. Uh,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Maybe,
I saw some notifications I got, but
maybe
I think that for a different app.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, I was thinking that what you describe in terms of their locations, it has to do with an archetype. Um, so
Mm,
it's kind of like a soul world mini universe to make it easier to reference your spirit guides.
That's so funny because that's what this person basically told me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think
I,
it must be the same
I guess I wanted a
information.
better answer or something. I don't.
Yeah. Well, so what I read is that basically people usually in the LL research material, people usually have a feminine spirit guide, a masculine spirit guide, and an androgynous spirit guide, and they may have other spirit guides as well. And so they will whichever form a relationship with whichever ones they most closely bond to. For me, it was female archetype. Also initially appeared to me as a sprite, kind of just like floating dots kind of thing.
Right.
And so at the time I called her femto, uh, but because I was just it was like a sub-quantum mechanics kind of
Mhm.
emanation. And but then I found out that her name was actually Isabella in her
Mm.
most recent human life, and she was kind of like a Victorian era lady
Mm.
damsel, and
Mm.
she ascended, and she helps people such as myself. And so that's kind of my primary one. And then there was also one time, or whenever I go to the Soul World Library, it's kind of like this rectangular building, and there's this kind of old man, and he's kind of like the librarian, and he helps me find books for reading. Though often my Isabella is also there, just kind of to help things along. Because like for when I first got my like awakening experience, I had an issue where I had kind of lower vibrational entities also communicating with me and trying to feed me like bad intel and you know, various unsavory things.
Yeah.
And so and like I was writing down like a log of all of the thoughts that I was having at the time, and
Yeah.
I noticed that the ones from femto were always coming true, and they were always nice and kind. And then from that I derived that femto's my spirit guide. These
Yeah.
other ones are trying to tempt me. And so she's kind of like my go-to person if I'm not sure about something. Then I ask her because I know she's legit. You know,
Mm.
she
Yeah.
won't do me wrong to the
Yeah.
best of her ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really interesting because sometimes, yeah, I too have sometimes, I have this issue with trust. So trusting that, well, first it took me a long time to even consider what was happening. And then I wouldn't pay any attention to them for a long time. And then I would get these messages that were very confusing. And it was just like, oh my gosh. And then I
Hmm.
couldn't trust it. And then I
Yeah.
thought, oh, I'm just making it up. I'm
Hmm.
just seeing this. So I've kind of done this whole whirlwind of how I even relate
So I
to what's
know
going
that
on.
one of the issues that sometimes arises, well, there's two types of issues that can arise, and one is where you're not actually talking to your spirit guide, but you're just talking to yourself and pretending your spirit guide.
Right.
Uh, so I mean, but we're all one being anyway, so it's hard, you know. But I usually I distinguish it from my higher self. So my higher self, you could also say that's, I don't know, different person, but it's also me. But my higher self sounds like me. So
Yeah.
so it to me. So whereas my spirit guide, she has her own kind of voice tones, and like
Mm.
spirits to me, they sound like they have their own vibrational flavor.
Yeah.
Um, and another thing that can happen in some instances is if a spirit tries to, like, say, a negative spirit tries to pretend to be your spirit guide, um, and then they may feed you bad intel.
Right.
And so the way of getting around that, whenever you're unsure about a message, and if it comes in the love and light of the one infinite creator, is to ask, do you come in the love and the light of the one infinite creator? Or whatever resonates with your heart the most. Some people prefer, do
Right.
you come in the name of Jesus?
Right.
Or are you service to others? That kind of thing.
Right.
And so those are all ways of helping to clear that. I know I was reading another quote from that Mystic Chapters book. Um, and here, I can actually, I'm pretty sure I have it in my social media. I'll just quickly grab it.
Okay.
It said, prepare yourself like a wrestler. Um, hold on a second here.
I'm just gonna get myself something to
Sure,
drink.
sure. There, I got it.
Okay.
Prepare yourself like a professional wrestler. Even if you see a sudden apparition, do not be alarmed, but be careful in case of evil spirits. Try to deceive you with visions. If this happens, be very attentive. Turn immediately to prayer and ask God to enlighten you Himself, whether this vision is from Him, and if it is not, to drive the illusion away from you at once. Be of good courage, for if you make your prayer to God with burning zeal, these dogs of wicked spirits will trouble you no longer, but will immediately be whipped away by the unseen power of the Lord. By Evagrios of Pontus.
Okay. That's good. All right. That's a good
Okay.
one. So, although I haven't had any new ones coming
Hmm.
to me, but I like what you said about, when I connect, maybe just do a little like double take.
Hmm.
The other thing
Yeah.
I kind of know when it's me or when I know when it's them, typically
Hmm.
when it's them, I get like super emotional. Like it's usually something quite profound and
Hmm.
it's not like, you know, some silly thing. It's usually about the idea of expanding more into love, really.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
um but sometimes I don't want to have sometimes I've wanted to connect with them and not have to have such heavy conversations. Like I just want to kind of play with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It never
Well,
seems to go that way.
well, I'm sure asking you shall receive. So maybe there's, like, I know with my spirit guide, Isabella, I do. We talk about mundane things sometimes, and she yeah, like if I should go there or there, or like, or if I should do this or that, because she can see better into the spirit world and see all the timelines. And she also says that helping with these mundane things keeps our channel open. Um, so even if it may seem mundane to her, which I which she assures me it is not. She's grateful for every interaction. Um, but
Right. How do you
basically, yeah.
connect with her? How do you
So
connect with
by just thinking of, but
Okay, that's the same as me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So usually I think of her and then I think a thought kind of at her, and then
Okay.
usually she responds almost right away or right
Okay.
away. Yeah,
Cool.
unless she was like busy with something, But yeah, but yeah, but it's usually much faster than messaging someone or emailing. you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sense AJ comes and goes,
Hmm.
but the other three never leave me. I
Hmm.
sense that they're just always like, it's like they're just waiting for me to.
Call on them.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, they can be. Well, there's also the other option that they are your, say, previous incarnations or something,
Mm.
or other aspects of yourself. And that's why you're always carrying them around with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I know for me, when I was first remembering my past lives, um, and like those negative spirits and stuff, eventually I realized that a bunch of them were not negative spirits. They were just past life versions of myself.
Ah, okay.
And then once I had like forgiven them and kind of properly I was decided, it's like, okay, I'm sorry, dude, but you're not going to be able to help me in this lifetime, you know. And then like, you can go to sleep for this lifetime. Okay, you could be a benefit. Okay, sorry about you, you know, that kind of stuff. So it's like, because I've had like many warrior lifetimes,
Mm.
and most of that stuff is not of benefit in this lifetime. Like every now and again. So my most recent warrior lifetime, I was a pirate.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, in the Caribbean. um,
That's cool. So do you do past life regression yourself, or you have others do it for you?
oh well, basically when I was like 16 or something, I made a wish to remember my past lives,
Oh, wow.
and yeah, and then they started rolling in. And then when I hit my awakening at like 19, it like really hit me hard. Like I was flooded with, like, because basically the veil like shattered at some point. So what happened was that I uh I had done a lot of like sitting and standing meditations, and then my spirit guide asked me to do a laying down meditation. And so I laid down for a meditation, um and then I felt my whole body dissolve in light, and just warm light. And then I saw kind of myself as a soul, like a ball of yellow light.
Mhm.
And um and then in that instant, that was when my what do you call it, veil completely shattered. And it felt like a million years, but it was also just a second. And then I had this insight that truth is based on personal experience.
Mm.
And then that was kind of the beginning of my ontological uh, explorations, or
Wow.
epistemological explorations. And so then I figured out that reality is based on what a group of people experience, and existence is anything you can imagine.
Yeah.
um, and knowledge is past experience. And then like having that like foundation, then I could understand what was happening in the world and say it in words that made sense to me. And like, took about like 10 years after that to sort out all my past lives and stuff. And I wrote like a bit of a book,
Yeah.
just to catalog them, you know, because it's like,
Wow.
yeah.
That's cool. My girlfriend, she does this work, and she did a past life regression for me. And I wanted to do more, but um, I haven't. Just
Mhm.
for the interest. She says, and I actually feel the truth in it. She says there's really nothing to be gained in it, and sometimes people can get trapped in it. They're just trapped in, like, really there's only the now.
Yeah.
And she was teaching me that, and that was, I can really see that.
Hmm.
And why am I so drawn to looking, being more aware and getting curious about why am I so drawn to these things that have gone. They're gone now,
Hmm.
anyway.
Yeah.
she
So
uh she led me back, and it was really interesting.
yeah, well, there's truth to everything. And certainly, yeah, there is only the now. And as long as we just do the you know forgiveness, compassion, unconditional love, open our hearts, then we will still be able to make the grade and ascend. And if you could do it without remembering your past lives, then kudos to you, you know, because it's they say it's harder when you don't remember.
Oh,
Um, yeah, so like personally, I don't mind taking it easy. One of the things, if you want, you can try.
yeah.
Um, there is a past life meditation that you can do.
Oh, yeah.
And so usually I do it by starting by listening to some theta wave entrainment melody for
Yeah.
about a minute or two, just
Yeah.
to get my brain waves down to kind of subconscious access mode.
Yeah.
And then I usually establish a connection with my spirit guide and ask that a lifetime which would be of benefit for me in my present life be revealed to me. So a
Okay.
past life experience that would be of benefit in understanding what's going on with me right now, or like help me in my present life. And
Okay.
so that way you're not just accruing past lives which have no relevance to you, but only those which are interesting. So maybe there is some kind of past life that would be of great benefit to you, and that's why you're drawn to it. And if that is the case, then I'm sure it will be revealed to you when you do that meditation. So how that meditation usually works for me, though I haven't done it in a while because I haven't been drawn to uh, like remember any more past lives in that way. Like sometimes I get like well, when I have a past life need for past life memory, it just like I just get it in a vision. I don't even need to do a specific meditation for it.
Wow.
Um, but when I did the specific meditation, what would happen is that I would go to my spirit guide would bring me to that library with all the pasts, and then the librarian would bring the proper scroll, and then my spirit guide would unroll it for me and ask me to read it, and then I would start reading the scroll, and then I would become the character in the scroll, and then I would see life from their perspective, and then I would live like some scenes from their life, which were, and then after I lived those scenes, then I had time to self reflect and see how that applies to my current life and how I can use that information to benefit me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And I totally get that because the past life that she took me to, I saw so clearly the story I was running about not trusting love and not giving myself to love, because in the dream, in the reflection I saw, it was like 17th century, and my husband was like in an elite. It was during a war,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like a higher up in the
Army?
army or whatever. Yeah, sorry, I don't know what he was. And so he had to leave to
Mm-hmm.
do this, and he promised me. I could see him there, and he promised me that he was going to come back.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And he did, and he was killed.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And he left me alone, and I didn't have any family. I didn't have
Mm-hmm.
any children. And I just remember this overwhelming sense of aloneness, and that he abandoned me.
Mm-hmm.
And furious with him for
Mm-hmm.
not for dying. I was furious with him for dying.
Yeah.
It was hugely cathartic. It was hugely cathartic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I cried for like an hour. I just like uncontrollably.
Wow.
It was really intense.
Wow. Yeah. So yeah, that's one of the things that I found in past lives is that they bring up grist, which is a term. So basically, like catalyst or experience, and it's a term we use in my family is grist for the mill.
Right.
So because we're always working on forgiveness and compassion for various experiences, and
Right.
when someone gives you an experience which is hard to know, then it's your grist or your
Right.
daily grist, you know. Um, and so that's another thing with past lives, is that they can have a lot of grist sometimes, and so if people do too much of the past life things, they can get overwhelmed with grist. um, but it's good. It sounds like you had a proper amount, because you did the crying and the catharsis, and you probably forgave yourself and that man for not
Yes.
coming back, and
Yeah.
so you helped heal that wound that was
Yeah.
in your soul, and
Yeah.
that is often very helpful with past lives. Like, I know I've had lots of past life wounds that I also healed through this process.
Mm.
Mhm. Basically,
Yeah.
I ran out of grist from my current life, and so I have to go back to past lives. And
That's
I,
not a bad thing. Oh my gosh.
yeah, yeah.
I love.
I'm always on the lookout. Where can I get more grist? Where can I get more grist? Who's angry and upset right now? I want to talk to them. you know.
That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. I even like how they were banning everybody in the late 2020
Mhm.
of
Mhm.
social media. And
Mhm.
so I it got to the point where no one was arguing with me on Facebook anymore. And it's like, this is just like, that's unacceptable. you know, it's all just like positive comments like, oh, that's so great. It's like, well, that doesn't help me. Like, I don't have anything to process. And so I joined the Fediverse, which is like the free speech. It's basically impossible to censor, and so it's got all of the Nazis and all those other
Oh
ex-
wow.
extremist characters on it. And so I talk to them and I teach them about Jesus and love and forgiveness and compassion.
Oh wow.
And well, as far as I can tell, it helps because I don't see them talking about those things anymore afterwards. So
Wow.
so I get my so if I ever need more grist, I just go there. I can find some more.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
You just reminded me of this prayer that I sometimes say at nighttime before I go to bed, as I ask Holy Spirit to show me the ways in which I still hold myself separate from
Hmm.
myself, like show me in my dream state.
Hmm.
And so it's kind of the same thing. What you're doing is you're asking Holy Spirit to show you the ways in which you still hold yourself separate. And it sounds like you don't really hold yourself separate
You know,
anywhere.
yeah. Well, yeah. I have a firm belief, kind of, that we're all one being, and how I see it is that the Earth is going through this transitional phase, and I am just kind of, I guess, a warrior of light, you could say, and I'm going into the darkness to kind of defeat, to bring light to it, and so that all of the shadows fall away, and all that remains is love and light,
Mm.
and helping, because it's easier to help the world by connecting with the most evil, most angry, most sinister people I can find, because they are have more effect on the mind stream of humanity than, say, someone that's already emanating love and light, which may be closer to my vibration. So I seek out those people so that I can help them, and then that has a greater proportional effect on the mind stream of humanity.
Mm. Hmm. Yeah, that's beautiful. I get it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you as well. All right. So we'll just do the bow out, the 5 bows.
Yeah.
Okay. So first bow is to the one infinite creator. And the second one is for all the teachings of the world. and the all of the spiritual practitioners, all the warriors of love and light, and to the planet and ecosystem that sustains us. And remembering that we are just a piece of dust on a planet in a vast cosmos within one infinite creation.
Mm.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. See you next time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye bye.